Hello, brains. All right, we're much more prepared for this week's live stream. Happy 1 year anniversary, guys. We've been doing this show for a whole year, which means I've stuck to something for an entire year, and that's really exciting. So I just wanted to celebrate with you guys and tell you about the goals that I set for last year. I don't know if you guys had a chance to check out the 1 year, the very first episode, the One Page Miracle. But I think that it did me a lot of good this last year. It really helped me keep focused. So I'm going to go over what I actually put on my One Page Miracle. Yeah, I'll put the link to the One Page Miracle in the description of this video later. Edward's my co-pilot here, by the way. Last time I got really overwhelmed trying to read everybody's comments all at once. So this time Edward is going to read through them for me and then let me know if there are any that stand out or if people are asking questions or whatever. We're going to be doing a live Q&A later, which is going to be really fun. You can ask me anything. You can ask Edward anything. He will actually make an appearance. But first, we're going to talk about a couple of announcements and the goals that I set last year and the goals I'm setting this year and some of your goals. So, all right. So let's talk about VidCon. Some of you guys were asking last live stream, the impromptu live stream, if I'm going to VidCon. Yes, I'm going to VidCon. I actually bought tickets to VidCon for myself and Edward, and then we were actually invited to VidCon. So we are actually going to be featured creators at VidCon, which is amazing because that means I get to speak on the mental health panels. I get to hopefully do a meet and greet. I don't know exactly how this works, but I'm really excited. I would really love to meet you guys. And yeah, so it's June 21st through the 24th. That's in Anaheim. If any of you guys are going to happen to be down here, maybe that's something you guys could come do. Okay, so we're not listed in the creators list yet, but we are there. They just haven't put up our picture yet. But it's at the Anaheim Convention Center, and you can go to vidcon.com. Yep. To get tickets, you can go to vidcon.com. Yep, there you go. For people who love online video or just like this particular channel, that's fine too. You guys could actually go and meet not just me, but a lot of other YouTube creators will be there as well. You can actually see a full list of everybody but me, probably. They're still announcing more creators as they go, but we're really excited. This is a huge, huge honor to be invited to VidCon in our first year. Okay, so quickly, Edward says to recap. So June 21st through the 24th, it's going to be in Anaheim. That's, 2017, in 2017. So if you're watching this in the future, I will not be there. At the Anaheim Convention Center. So that's our first big announcement. Oh, it's in California, if you weren't sure where Anaheim was. California, United States. It's by Disneyland, and they're actually going to have a Disney day at the end of it. That Sunday is a Disney day, and so we are going to be going to Disneyland, so that'll be fun. Again, to get tickets, you go to vidcon.com. Yep, that's it. Cool. Is anybody saying anything?
Oh, lots of stuff. There's so many things. I'm going to get to them in a second.
So again, we're still pretty new to doing the live stream. I've got Edward as my co-pilot, so he's checking the comments section, but he's also the one who's putting up these awesome graphics as we talk, so bear with us. We're still kind of learning. Oh my gosh, there's 229 people watching. That's really cool. Hey guys! All right, so we're going to get to the Q&A. This is a 90-minute deal, so I want to make sure that we get to the Q&A and are able to answer as many of your questions as possible. So first, I would like to review my one-page miracle from last year. Edward has it here somewhere. There we go. All right, so yeah, I actually put this together in December. That's when I started kind of working on the channel and trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life and stuff. But today was a year ago, my first episode that I actually posted. So what I had for relationships, for a romantic partner, I had an authentic, loving, sustainable relationship with a man. I didn't specify, although I was dating Edward at the time. I was just like, for my life, like, it might be him. It could be somebody else, I wasn't going to get specific yet. But for my life, I wanted an authentic, loving, sustainable relationship with a man which is built on trust and mutual respect. I realized at some point that all the things that society tells you to look for in a relationship or a man or a woman or whatever, this is not necessarily all that important. Like, I wanted somebody I could be real with, who could make me laugh, and who I could trust. So we have a strict policy of honesty in our relationship. And, if we even utter a half-truth to each other, we end up having to correct it. And so it's been really good. I know that I can trust him, and he knows he can trust me, and it's been great. It's been really great. So we're doing well there. More on that in a minute. For children, I had 2 children before I'm 40. I wanted to raise children who feel loved, cared for, can think for themselves, and emotionally self-regulate. This is like really personal stuff I just realized I'm putting out on the internet. Yeah, but that's what I want. That's what I want. And I'm not pregnant, so I have not done anything toward that goal, but I also wasn't trying to get pregnant yet. It's a little soon for me. But eventually, like, I'm just kind of paying attention every once in a while. Where I read like a parenting blog or whatever, and I'm like, I'm gonna be such a good parent someday. Extended family. I wanted to know the stories of those older than me so I can pass them down and to be involved with the next generation. That I've been doing. I've been trying to listen to what those who came before me have to say and learn from their stories and appreciate them in a way that I couldn't when I was younger. And I've also gotten to be involved with my nieces and nephews and stuff. My sister, who's actually younger than me, is married and has kids. And, I actually got to babysit my nephew last year while my sister went and had twins. So she's got a whole little family, and it's really exciting. So I want to make sure I'm involved with them. Friends, spend quality time with the people I care about often. I am not great at this. I made some progress, and like there were times when I was like, okay, I should work, and then I was like, no, but friends are important too. And so I'm starting to work on that, but I didn't make as much progress with that as I would like. On the bright side, I found my tribe, which has been really exciting. So I got to hang out with you guys. I've formed relationships with lots of you guys. I know who most of you are. I read your messages and tweet at you and all of that, and it's been really exciting to find people who are kind of on the same page. With work, I won't bore you with the entire thing, but this is kind of exciting. I want to be an actor / writer / producer, and I have a YouTube channel. Like, that would be cool. And here it is. I have a YouTube channel. Not just that, but we hit 50,000 subscribers in our first year. So, having this stare me in the face was really helpful. The days when I was just like super tired and didn't want to do anything and was like, I already worked. Why do I have to go back to work and do more work? It helped remind me what I wanted to do. And I wanted to do work that excites me, makes a difference in the world, and allows me to live comfortably and support a family. Not there yet, but I'm on my way, It does excite me. The work does excite me, and I do feel like I'm making a difference in the world. And right now, that's enough. Like, it really is. I'm still waiting tables, and I'm still struggling paycheck to paycheck, so to speak. But it's worth it. And I wanted to learn / know if there really is no such thing as time. I still don't know. If any of you know, please tell me. What happens when we die? I'm still exploring that. I don't know. Yeah. I come from a religious background, and I'm still like very much exploring my religion and faith and spirituality and all that. It's a big question. And how our brains work. I'm learning a lot about how our brains work. So that's exciting. I won't bore you with the rest of it, but basically it's been going well. Hello, brain. Hello. Would you like to say something? Okay. So, Katie says, talk about Edward. Lol, admit to your love. All right. So this is the other big announcement. Katie Kins 3303. So the very first thing I got to put in my bullet journal this year was get engaged. This is really exciting. I thought I was making a video for do you have the pictures that
Which
is
one?
made?
Where are they?
Did
you send them to me?
Yeah.
Then I'll get them.
Okay. I don't know where I sent them to you.
I don't know either. I'll find this somewhere.
Facebook maybe? Facebook probably.
Okay.
So yeah, on New Year's Day, I had worked waiting tables all night, and I was very tired when I came home. And Edward asked me to help him make a video for his mom on New Year's Day. I really don't want to do it, but it's important to you. I will do it. So I got up and I got, dressed and put my makeup on and everything and sat down and I was like, I'm doing this for you because I love you. And the video was for his mom, but it it was for his mom because he was proposing to me. So that was a really good start to the year. We're actually getting married on September 1st.
Woohoo!
I know. So this may be more of an announcement that's exciting for us than for you guys, but it's huge. It's huge for me. It's just, yeah. It's exciting. You see it? You see it?
I'm finding them right now. I'm pulling them up right now. Hold on. I'm getting many.
But
here.
I said, okay.
I have one for you right now. Here, hold on.
Awesome.
I'll pull it up right now.
We're gonna show you pics. So Izza, aka Superbrain, yeah, there it is. Made a bunch of picture collages. So I wanted to show you the ring and all of that. Yep, that's the ring. It's actually a custom ring. It's a Claddagh ring, and it's actually a replica of one that I wore to represent my commitment to him while we were dating, but on the other hand. And he made a replica of it and put a diamond in it and all that, and it's amazing. I'm just gonna brag for a second. I love my ring.
You can show them in real life if you want.
Yeah. I don't know how well
I'm gonna
anybody
see if
can
I
see
pull
it.
Up one of the photos of us. Hold on. The only one I can really show that would be worthwhile right now would be, and I'll come back on when we're doing the Q&A.
Okay.
But the only one I can show right now is just the totally freaked out look on my face.
Oh, that was really funny.
Hold on,
So this was Edward the day that he proposed to me.
Hold on, this is Edward freaked out. Hold on, I'll show it you right now. Edward freaked out. It goes right here, and
By the way, this man doesn't get nervous for anything.
Yeah,
He
not
can
at
go
all.
into like crazy business meetings and do just fine. Stone faced. This was his look when he was about to propose. I got up for like a second to go take the dog outside, and that was the look on his face. So, yeah. What are people saying?
Oh, it says Paul says, put the ring closer to the camera. The lighting was reflecting. It was not the best. Can you get closer?
Oh, maybe? This is like a webcam right now, so I don't know
Go
how
even
much
closer.
I can do.
Go super close. Super close.
I don't. Okay.
There you go, just like that. Move towards your left, or your right, rather.
I'm really bad at this.
No, it's too bright.
Okay, it's too
I
bright.
don't want to tweak the thing.
Yeah, sorry. I'll put pics later.
The comments are saying fancy, and Paturiku High says Edward meme. So apparently they're going to be memeing.
Oh, that's the best. Yes, make a
Here,
meme out of that. That was great.
I'll give you some more to read in just a second. Here.
Okay, cool. Reminds me of my husband's face before he proposed. Did you get to see that face though? Because I didn't get to see that face. It's just anytime I turned away, that was the face that he made to the camera.
There you go. This as well.
Oh, Lirio Bristol says, hashtag Edward meme. Just kidding. You don't have to. That would be hilarious, actually.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool.
Cool. All right.
Oh, wait, actually, I'm going to, because it's about me.
Well done. He was sneaky, too.
I was pretty sneaky.
He snuck the ring away when I gave him a massage. Anytime I give a massage, I have to take my other ring off, and so he snuck it away when I was doing that. Although he did have to admit to me that he took it. He felt bad. He felt so bad because I was like, "Where's So this wasn't a complete surprise, but I didn't know when it was going to happen. A featured well, I guess I am at VidCon, but Edward gets to go with me, which is exciting. You guys still there? Are we still here?
Let's see if it works this time. Okay, it says let's see if it's working. Let's see if it's working indeed. Go ahead and see if they're still there.
You guys still here?
Oh, people are leaving, it says.
People are leaving?
It'll be fine. Hold on, give me just a second.
Are they still here?
Yes.
Still lagging?
I think people are still here. Yes. Hold on. Hold on. It's really bad.
I'm sorry, guys. I guess we'll get better at this every time. And we're back!
Yeah, Eric Tivers says... Facebook
Eric is here?
Live? Yeah, he's in the totally.
Hi! What does he say?
He says Facebook Live.
We might have to switch to that. By the way, this is my fidget toy currently. This was made to me, named Abra. She sent me a whole care package. This was the first thing that I ever got to my P.O. box, which, by the way, I have a P.O. box now. Put that in the description. But it's called a Mobius flower, I guess, and I'm kind of obsessed with it. It's really cool. She also made me this, which
Flip it the other side.
we don't have a way to do.
Just stuck at 1502.
1502, 1506. I am so sorry, guys.
Alright.
This is the worst.
Um...
Can we switch it to that?
No, that's your laptop. That's just your laptop. I feel terrible.
Wait, everybody says it's back, it's back, it's back. Awesome! Yay! That's so cool. Yay! Thank you, guys. Thank you for bearing with us. Awesome. Okay, cool. So I guess I'll talk faster then. Because we can't count on this internet. But okay, so
we'll fix this next time too.
Yeah. You know what? I'll talk about this this year's goals later. Let's get to the Q&A while we've got the stream going. Let's do it.
Should I enter the frame?
All right. So yeah, why don't you monitor for Q&A from me, and then I'll switch.
I already have a bunch.
Oh, you guys are already asking questions. Would you switch just a little more?
Yes, sure.
Okay, so Edward already has a bunch of questions lined up. I will answer questions, and then do you have questions for you too?
I'm sure I'll find some somewhere.
Okay. Or then we will switch seats, and then you can ask Edward some questions. Okay. So Gael, gosh, I can't pronounce this. Portu de la Morandier?
That sounds good.
Something like that. I'm moving to a new class, and I'm really stressed. What should I do to stay calm? Okay. I kind of want more information. You're moving to a new class. How old are you? What grade are you in?
No, they're not. This is somebody else. This is just a question from earlier, so you can.
Oh, it's a question from earlier, so
Yeah,
he's not around still.
He may or may not be. I don't know.
Okay. Honestly, fidget toys help a lot with anxiety. They really do. Other than that, I can talk to you. That can help as well. And then just making new friends, because one of the biggest, most stressful things, and I know this because when I was when I moved to 8th grade, I moved schools. So I had none of the same friends. And I went from a private school to a public school. So it was really stressful. I had no idea what to expect. It was way different. But once I started making more at home, so I would just introduce yourself to people and try and make some friends, like get some people on your side so that can help with the transition. Let's see. Okay. Gerardo, is that right? Gerardo Dominguez. What kind of new stuff are you adding to your channel? So much stuff. So you guys have probably already seen, or maybe not. If you haven't, go see it. It's awesome. We did an interview with Eric Tivers, who is of ADHD Rewired. He has a coaching group. He's a licensed clinical social worker and all of that. He is fantastic. He's a fantastic resource. You can also go to erictivers.com. We did an interview with him. We're going to be doing interviews with other ADHD coaches, other ADHD experts, getting a lot more techniques from them themselves, as opposed to me reporting it on my own. And then also, eventually, I am working toward starting, as soon as I can do this fully important. Everybody that I know that has ADHD really struggles with that. You know, we'll look at the fridge or the pantry or whatever and be like, because none of it is actually like food that's ready to eat. I think we can be a little impatient, and I don't know. I get overwhelmed too when I'm cooking. Like, it's hard to time everything. So add that. What else are we adding? I guess we're gonna do live stream. Yes, we'll improve. Well, can we promise that?
Yeah, we absolutely will.
We will attempt to improve the quality of the.
It's a consistent improvement. Everyone's a consistent.
It's a consistent improvement. Let's see. What do you do to handle all of the late night brilliant ideas that keep you up for hours? I turn them into YouTube videos. So this is, again, if you're working on one thing and then you have like a brilliant idea, you put it in the parking lot. You put it in like when you're ready to go to that idea. For me, my parking lot, I hashtag EP tag for any ideas that I have, I just email there. And that way when I'm look there. But if it's like for that, it depends on what the ideas are about. But having a place to put the ideas is really helpful, because otherwise I'll drop whatever I'm doing and just get to work on a diagnosis. And I was treated pretty much right away, which I'm grateful for. But medication honestly was not enough for me. Like, I wish I'd gotten more tools and more support. I wish I'd had a little bit more education about it. Let's see.
Holy cow, she's bringing it.
Oh, yeah. You ask, I answer. So this is my fidget cube. I actually have more coming.
You know what? Hold on a second.
Okay.
I'm going to do one other thing really fast.
Edward says to hold.
1 second. 1 second. Media output settings. Give me just a half second. Okay, hold on. I'm going to drop the current resolution a little bit.
Okay.
Let's see if that helps us a bit.
Edward's dropping the resolution so that hopefully this is not such an issue. So this is my fidget cube. I've been trying to get a hold of the creators to find out when they're coming and how many I'm getting, because I ordered some and they were like, oh, thanks for doing the review. We'll send you a few extras. So I want to actually do a fidget cube giveaway on the channel, and I want to announce how many I can give away, but I don't know that until I know how many I'm getting. So I'm waiting to hear. I don't know when I'm going to get them, but I know that they've already started shipping, so hopefully soon. I really like this thing, you guys. There are, by the way, if you haven't seen my warning about this, there are a lot of knockoffs. So some of them I've heard are good, some of them are really not. So please be careful. I recommend ordering the original fidget cube because, they're the ones who made it. Like, that's their idea and their intellectual property and all that, and people are kind of being mean and ripping them off. So I would support the original creators, but if you do decide to go with a ripoff, make sure it's a good one, I guess. Let's see.
Oh, right here indeed. This is a good one.
Yeah, Bibi Sarli says, how do I explain ADHD to a non-believer? Do I stop trying? Okay. So ADHD is a little bit tricky because, like depression, it's not something that you can see, and it's not something that's clearly defined. That it's like you either have it and it's severe, or you don't have it and you're fine, right? It's on a spectrum. So that's, I think, the easiest way to explain it is, those who tend to think that ADHD isn't real are like, well, it's not a real thing. It's just, it's something they made up because everybody gets distracted sometimes, forgetful. Everybody, can't pay attention sometimes, right? But the difference is it's a spectrum. There are certain traits that make us more spontaneous, let's call it, or more distractible. And if you have enough of those to a severe enough extent, then it's diagnosable. So somebody who might say that ADHD doesn't exist either might have it, which happens a lot. There are a lot of people who think that ADHD doesn't exist, and it's because they're like, well, that's normal. Well, yeah, because that's what they experience, right? And the other kind of person is maybe somebody who has some of the traits, so that, you know, so they think that it's a normal thing, but then they're not. I'm not explaining this well at all.
Take your time.
Yeah, it's a tricky question. It really is, but basically, ADHD is a spectrum. So can you have traits and not have ADHD? Yeah, absolutely. But if you have ADHD, it means that you have those traits to a severe enough extent that it's impacting your life. It's really impairing your life. You know, just like you can get sad sometimes, but if you're chronically depressed, that's a different thing, you know. But at the end of the day, like, it depends on who it is. Some people will just dig their heels in the ground, and nothing that you can say to them will change anything. So I personally don't waste too much time on people who do that. I just keep putting out information that's accurate, you know, and hope that my voice is louder than theirs at the end of the day. So also give us questions for Edward. He'll be joining me in a minute. Okay, I'll keep answering.
Edward and I.
Oh, Edward and I. So either of us. Edward will be joining in a minute, so you can give us either of us questions. So Bibi, I hope I answered that question for you. It really is a more complicated thing. If you email me, I'll give you a more full answer to that. Pokemon and More says, can I make myself ADHD? I mean, you can make your symptoms worse, I guess. What would you do? Don't exercise ever. Eat lots of sugar and never have any protein. What else?
You
can't give yourself ADHD, but you can make your symptoms worse. If you have ADHD, you can make those symptoms worse. This might be for you, babe.
No. These are
Clarnio Young says, how do I get a girlfriend with ADHD? Please answer.
All right, I'm going to take this one more question and copy it over, and then
I don't have a girlfriend with ADHD, so that might be a question for Edward.
Dane Dela Cruz might actually get two, so shall I join?
You shall join.
Okay.
Nerdy Man 5 says, how old are you and how old is Edward?
Hold on. Hello.
Hello, it's Edward.
Do you want to scoot over just a tiny bit?
Oh yeah. Sure, I'll share.
Hello, I'm going to have to slink because I'm way taller than she is, so there's that. Okay, so at this point, because I'm here and she's here and our eyes are here, that means no one's reading the comments at the moment, so congratulations.
Well, I could read the comments.
No, I'm going to do it with you. I want to do it with you. And then
right.
I'll pull my laptop over so I can see some of them.
That's like the most fun part of doing a live stream is reading the comments.
Okay. So what was the question? From who?
Okay, so how old are you and how old is Edward?
How old are you?
Are we telling people how old we are?
Should we tell people how old we are? I will say that I am 35.
I'm 34.
Yeah.
We are both older than we look.
Yeah, we both have the baby faces.
Yep. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, God.
Great beard, Edward. Do I use cream or oils? I'm sorry, hold on one second. Who said that?
You gotta answer there, and I'll find all the
Wayne
questions
M.
here.
asked me if I use cream or oils. I use neither. I use indifference and procrastination. It's a special blend. You apply it never, and it seems to work quite well for me so far.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Do you want to do? Okay, so wait. Here we go. I'll do the Super Brain one right here.
Okay.
And then you can do the xylophone one.
Okay.
All right. So Super Brain asks Edward, "What's the best thing about being with Jessica?" Oh man, the best thing about being with Jessica, no pressure, is I'd have to say we really get each other. I remember, and I think there's probably somebody else. Oh yeah, I'm going to tie this into another question. Ezekiel Flores said, "Edward, what is it like living with someone who has ADHD?" And I'm going to tie all this in together, which is when we first started hanging out, she would say, "Oh, it's so great that you don't notice my ADHD symptoms." And I'd say, "What ADHD symptoms? What are you?"
And we're back to, people who are like, ADHD isn't a thing because they have it.
Yeah, no, I didn't question that she had it. I just didn't understand which ones are the symptoms and which are the things that just seem like you and I are really in sync together. So for me, the best thing about being with Jessica is probably that we just really get each other a lot. Like we both we came from different backgrounds, but we have very similar experiences. In fact, when I proposed to her, I said that we have different perspectives on the same kind of world. So I can say stuff to her and she'll just get it. Like I don't even have to explain what I'm thinking. So that's pretty cool. All right, do you want to do this one?
Sure. So Xylophone asks, Jessica, what's the best thing about being with Edward? Oh, I didn't even see this coming.
You see
I totally could have been prepared.
Yeah. No, take your time. The longer it takes, the more we'll know who really likes who.
The thing I actually like best. Well, there's a lot that I like about him, but I think the best is how much he makes me laugh. Like every day. You make me laugh every day.
That's true.
It's really obnoxious, but
It's bad. It's so bad, dude. Yeah, like when we first started dating, we would be so cute together that we would gross ourselves out. Like we'd be in public going, "We're sorry. We're so sorry. We don't want to be this way," but we just are. So yes, those are I think the answers to those questions.
Things. Yeah, and then
oh yeah, hit me.
I want to
hit you.
Eric Titter says, Edward, do voices and impressions. He actually will do this. Don't
do voices and impressions.
Do.
I don't know. Who can I do?
You did Ian McClellan
Ian
an hour ago.
I can only do it when I'm not thinking about it. So if I do it on command, it's terrible.
He's not a dancing monkey.
I'm not your dancing bear. I don't know. I'll think of it and then I'll do it.
Somebody says, are you guys getting married soon?
Yes.
Wait, hang on. A lot of people asked that.
Yeah.
Pioneer Mowgli Gamer says, will you guys be married soon? Exclamation mark.
September
1st.
September
1st. Yeah.
It's going to be pretty cool.
Okay. Let's see.
Trying to read all these comments is giving me anxiety. Spiffy Xander, you and me both.
Okay, cool. Oh, this is a really good question, Edward.
Is this...
Edward, okay.
Yeah,
Dane De La Cruz says, Edward, what is the answer to life, the universe, and everything?
Well, I mean, it depends, De La Cruz. If you're asking from the literary standpoint, then I would have to say it is 42. But if you are asking from, like trying to ask a real question in an interesting, metaphorical way, then I would probably say... exploration in progress, learning, exploring, expanding, growing, changing. I'm going to say a lot of words, and you'll pick the one you like, I promise.
Here's an easier one from Dane De La Cruz. Edward, what do you do for a living?
What I do for a living is I actually I work on other YouTube channels. I used to produce television for a while, and I may go back to doing that in some form. I mean, I like where I'm at. I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, I love what I'm doing right now. I just mean I produce television, and then I got an opportunity to work on YouTube, and I've been doing that. So I work with MatPat and the Game Theorists and the Film Theorists. And I help them with editing and stuff like that. So actually, the video that went up today on Game Theorists about Luigi's Mansion, I did. So it just went up a little bit ago. Yeah.
So if our videos are ever, a couple days late, it's because his day job takes priority. Yeah. Understandably so.
So if there's not a How to ADHD showing up, you can pretty much be guaranteed there's a game theory or a film theory that's about to go up. So,
yeah.
There you go.
All right,
let's scroll through the comments. I'm gonna.
Leah Hoffman says, "Love the theorists.
They are awesome."
Yeah.
You edit with. Wait, who's that guy? Who said that?
Yeah.
But we can show more of the.
Sarita. We gotta find Sarita.
Sarita?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Show Sarita. What?
Please answer my question, please.
Okay, Sarita, say your question again.
Yeah, say your question again.
But I love this. Oh, and Leah Hoffman, yes, the theorists are awesome. Yes, I'm Noah Brown. I do work with the game theorists. And everybody, how is my diagnosis? Oh, Brandon Kurd asks, how's my diagnosis?
And by the way, if you watch the game theorists long enough and carefully enough, you'll actually see his face.
Yeah, my face will pop up. I'm wearing I have a knight body, like a medieval knight, and just every now and again when MatPat will reference. Like somebody in the background or somebody behind the scenes doing something, it'll just be me in little knight armor, and I'll run around and move things around. So that was a really good question there by Brandon Kurd.
Okay, how is your diagnosis going, Edward?
And okay, so for me, I'm still in the middle of the process, but the doctor I'm talking to, in fact, the reason I'm getting diagnosed is basically the reason why probably a lot of you guys, either here or elsewhere on the channel, got diagnosed, which is you started listening to Jessica, and then you're like, oh, wait a minute, this is all making a lot of sense, which also explained why, going back to the earlier question from Superbrain, why Jessica and I got along so well, because we kind of probably are on the same wavelength in terms of ADHD. So tentatively, they say I have it, and we're trying out meds and seeing how it goes, but there's no like direct confirmation yet. How did you get your diagnosis?
How long did it take you for you to get diagnosed? Honestly, I don't remember much before I got my diagnosis, and maybe that's because I wasn't paying much attention. I don't remember much before the age of 12. I don't remember how long it took me to get my diagnosis. I just remember they were very thorough, and like at one point I had like electrodes hooked up to my brain, and like I was staring up at lights, and they did a lot of testing. But I don't remember exactly how long it took.
I'm going to ask you, Creative Name says, do you like pancakes? And the answer is yes. We definitely do. Oh my God. Gabby Evans says, Edward, how excited are you to get married? It's kind of stupid how excited I am. What was really funny is I had to get all geared up for it in my head, and then when I asked the question and she says yes, I'm like, cool, so we're married now, it's over. Like, I've done that's all done. And then she's like, no, we got to do the ceremony and all that stuff. Oh my God, Pioneer Mowgli Gamer says, kiss please. I'm not going to monkey. We're not gonna, well, she'll do it, but I'm, there was who's the Sudi, the person earlier that we asked them to repeat their question, and then we lost them again. I can't find it, but there we are. Sorry.
This goes by really fast.
It is. There's many people. There's like 197 people right now. It is tricky. What is the poll?
Oh, Signing Cure says, do you know if ADHDers can get service dogs? Therapy. Well, okay. So I know you can for autism, like Asperger's autism. There are service dogs that are trained specifically for that. ADHD, I'm not sure, but I know like as a therapy dog, like a companion animal.
Isn't it emotional support?
Yeah, emotional support dog is absolutely a thing. So yeah. And that, if you live in a place where you wouldn't normally be able to have an animal, but you need one because, for your anxiety or ADHD or anything like that, that's absolutely something you could look into.
Cool.
The only difference is I think you can have them live with you, but you can't like take them into stores and stuff. Yeah. That's a service dog only.
Yeah, I guess they assume that if you have a dog for your ADHD, they're like, we presume you can buy gum without the dog in the moment. Who knows? Maybe there are people who can't buy gum. Maybe I've just like deeply insulted someone who's like, my ADHD prevents me from buying gum, and I apologize. Yeah, I deeply apologize for that.
My name is Totoro says, people say I have ADHD, but when I try to talk with parents, they either ignore me or say I don't have it, even though I have all the parts of it, but they don't believe me. Please help me. Okay, I hear this more than I hear anything else, and it breaks my heart every time. The best thing to do is to educate them and be gently persistent and just, even if you don't call it ADHD, be like, I am really struggling with this stuff. I feel like there's something going on. I try really hard and it's not working, right? So, whether it's ADHD or whether there's something else behind it, it's worth getting checked out. So, I've seen people successfully get through to their parents by finally making a deal. Like, okay, I will drop it. If you take me to the doctor and they say you're fine, nothing's wrong, I won't bring it up again. But just be persistent because sometimes it takes time for parents to kind of wrap their head around the possibility. And they also might think it's like a phase, like, oh, you heard it on YouTube and now you think you have it or whatever. And so they might just not take it seriously at first. But if it's a chronic issue for you, just keep talking about it.
Didn't you do, you have the video how to know if you have ADHD, right? Like that's sometimes like there was that one in how to explain ADHD.
Well, I have a video, how to talk to your parents if you think you have ADHD. But even after that, like, some people still have a hard time. Some parents are a little more open-minded and a little more educated about it, to be honest. It might take some time, but even if you can't get through to your parents, there's still a lot of support that you can get. Talk to your school counselor if you can. Talk to your teachers.
You said that a lot for a while, right? That was like you can talk to your counselor and they can at least kind of suggest. Am I right? Am I remembering that correctly?
They can't diagnose you, but
right.
They can figure out if you have enough symptoms that you might want to go to a doctor and get a diagnosis. But yeah, it's you're not alone. Like, even if your parents are having a hard time supporting you with it, you're not alone. There's a whole community here that can help, and talk to people at your school. Talk to your doctor if you can. If you go to your pediatrician for like a checkup, just mention it.
Is it all right if I add something to that?
Yeah, go for it.
The thing I would add, and again, she's the expert, and she'll totally tell me when I'm wrong. The other thing to remember is that if you're coming to your parents or whoever with that, it kind of does require that they look at you in a new light, and to see you in a different way. And sometimes people are really convinced they know who you are and they know what you are and everything like that. And so confronting them with something that maybe they're not prepared for, they might not necessarily understand, can be challenging. So it could be a slow process. Might take a while.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody said, "Can you please answer Caden's question?" I'm looking for Caden's question and I can't find it.
Noah Brown says, Jessica, answer this, please. Is it all right to hate my ADHD?
But
in
secretly love it.
Secretly love
You
it.
can feel however you want to feel about your ADHD. It is your ADHD. The only thing I would not suggest is making it other people's problem, you know? If you, like, go around publicly blaming everything on your ADHD, people, I don't know, they don't respond well to that. But, you know, there are times, like, as I've been struggling with it where, you know, I realize how much it affects me. And I didn't. Before I started the channel, I didn't necessarily realize how much was the ADHD affecting me. I thought, like, it was just me, you know, even though I had the diagnosis. So now that I understand more, I get frustrated with it sometimes. But yeah, it's your thing. Feel however you want to feel about it.
Do you mind if I answer this one?
Yeah, go for it.
Calarnio Young, I think I'm saying that right, or Calamio Young, asks, how do I get a girlfriend with ADHD? Please answer.
Somebody says, like, get in the center of the screen.
I need to get in the center of the screen?
Yeah.
Hello. How do you get a girlfriend with ADHD? I don't know, because I lucked into it. However, whenever anybody asks me how you get... that's probably a good one, maybe later. Whenever anybody asks me how you get a girlfriend that does, or boyfriend or whatever, that does anything, like, how do I get a girlfriend that likes comic books? How do I get a boyfriend that likes to see romantic movies? Like, I would say look for the places where those people converge, right? Like, so is there an ADHD? You can go to meetup.com. I'm not advocating that site, but you can go to meetup.com, and they have all kinds of get-together groups for all kinds of stuff. So you can say, oh, is there an ADHD support group in my area, or is there a comic book group in my area? And I mean, she and I met at our writing group. So,
or on this channel, perhaps. All right, I'm gonna scoot over so you can get more in frame.
I'll sneak in a little bit more.
All right, we're listening to you guys. Okay.
What was that one? Somebody asked how mild or severe that my diagnosis might be.
Yeah. How severe do you think your diagnosis is?
I don't know. I have no idea. How severe do you think my diagnosis would be? You would know better than me.
It's interesting because as you get older, like, you develop a lot of strategies. He developed a ton of strategies, so he handles it better than I would without medication. So I would call it moderate, probably. Mine's a little bit more severe than yours, I think. But, you know, it could just be that he had so much time to build up all these strategies. So I don't really know.
What's interesting is the more we've been examining it, the more I'm noticing when I'm having, like, a moment. Like, I'm noticing, oh, man, I set that thing down and I can't remember where I put it. Or I walked into this room and I totally forgot what I was doing. Yeah. Or I sat down to do something. It just, everything. Yeah. So,
yep. All right.
See.
How do you overcome a relationship that isn't working? I need help, please. Please answer. Honestly, I've been in a lot of relationships that weren't working. The only thing that I regret that I wish I'd done differently is tell them sooner. Just be honest. Like, don't waste your time on a relationship that's not working. If every relationship you have is not working, then maybe it's time to look at what you're doing and, you know, maybe see a therapist. I highly recommend that because you kind of fall into certain patterns and you are kind of doomed to repeat them unless you work to get out of those patterns. So if it's a chronic issue, like, you know, I would recommend working on yourself in that way with a professional. But if it's just like this one person, this one relationship isn't working, just be honest. You know, you're not doing them any favors. Like, that's what I had to learn is, like, I didn't want to hurt them by telling them how I felt, but it ended up hurting them more in the long run because I ended up having to tell them how I felt and costing them time. So
I would also say, like, in what way is it not working?
Yeah, that's
right?
true.
So, like, if it's not working because it's just, like, it's not working, like everything she just said. If it's not working for other reasons, like if you guys just keep fighting about like one issue or one thing, I'd say probably talk about it or communicate with it. And if you guys aren't good at communicating, maybe you see somebody.
Yeah, couples therapy. Couples
works.
therapy I actually recommend.
I will say that if you're like 2 months into a relationship and you're going to couples therapy, would you agree that maybe not? Oh no, that's a thought.
Spiffy Xander says, how much do your meds help you, and what is your advice when it comes to medication and handling ADHD? Do what your doctor says. Don't like change stuff up on your own, I would say, because like I went off medication once cold turkey on my own because I was like, I decided that like I shouldn't need this, and that was a terrible idea. Medication helps me a lot. It helps me a lot. It really does, to the point where I know that if and when we want to have babies and stuff, I'm going to have to go off medication, and I'm kind of scared about that because it does help a lot, you know. I notice a big difference between days when I take my medicine and days when I don't. Yeah, I don't know if that answers your question, but I think so.
By the way, this is super fun getting to talk to you guys.
I know.
Only because, and please, I will talk too long, so tell me to shut up whenever I should. But I do all the like the behind the scenes like editing stuff. Well, most of it. I wouldn't say I do all of it. So it's kind of cool to get to talk to you guys because.
Ooh, Brett's here too. Brett Thornhill, ADHD coaching.
Cool.
This is so cool. There are actually ADHD coaches watching this right now. That's really exciting and intimidating.
No pressure.
I know.
Actually, here, hold on. Let me physicalize what's happening in the comments right now. Hold on.
Richard says I'm getting mad.
I'm physicalizing what's happening in the comments right now.
Richard, tell me why you're getting mad.
Richard.
We're doing our best, but we may be doing something wrong that we don't know about. Talk to us.
Tell us a story, Richard. Tell me what the story is. My school counselors do nothing. There's all kinds of people all over the place. Let's see.
Rachel says, I really need help. I'm getting bullied in school because I'm very talkative and always moving out of my seat in class. I'm 16. Please help. I feel like I'm drowning with all the bullying. This is probably like a very, there's probably a lot of details I would need to know to be able to answer that question. But I'd be curious, if you're able to go to a teacher or talk to a teacher and what they say, what they do. It's been a while since I've been in school, so I don't know what the current like anti-bullying policies are, and it depends on where you live too. But I know they're starting to really crack down on that.
Let me do that one.
So.
Oh yeah, keep going.
Yeah, answer Rachel's bullying question. I would actually like to do an episode on that because I don't know how to handle that situation, and it probably depends on who's bullying you and how long it's been going on and a lot of other factors. But that's a serious issue, so,
Yeah, definitely reach out to people.
Yeah, definitely don't deal with it on your own,
And don't not deal with it.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Do you want to do that?
Edward, what is it like to find out you have ADHD as an adult? Do you wish you knew before?
Sheepishness says this. It's, for me, it's kind of great, honestly. But I mean, again, I live with like, Madam ADHD is cool. So it was a lot less difficult for me to be like, oh, this doesn't seem like so bad. But also because I'm starting to notice the kinds of things that everybody in the channel is always talking about, those feelings of like, I'm trying so hard, but it doesn't seem to be working. And I know I can do better, but I can't figure out why it's not connecting or clicking or anything like that. And so finding that out that I might have it, and very likely do, is fantastic because I'm like, oh, good. Okay, let's fix this. And now I can get doing all the things that I want to do because I have a lot of stuff that I want to do. So it's nice. I mean, it's nice when you realize like it's not like the plague. I guess, you know what I mean? Like you're not finding out that you're like an outcast from society. You're finding out that you are left-handed instead of right-handed. Oh, your brain works a little differently. You gotta, you hold a fork in your left hand, or whatever it is. You have almost like a mechanical difference. You just got to do things a little differently. You're not finding out that you're incapable of succeeding. Mm-hmm. That's what I would say. So I'm pretty good with it.
A lot of people are talking about Rachel and giving advice. Yeah, I actually want to reach out to some mental health professionals and ADHD experts and talk to them about how to deal with the bullying situation. I honestly don't feel qualified to say, but I hear you, and I take that question really seriously, and I will do an episode on it. I think that's a really good question. Okay, so Justin says, what is the difference between ADD and ADHD? Okay, so a lot of people use ADD to refer to the inattentive presentation of ADHD. It's really kind of confusing. Even doctors will sometimes refer to it that way, but technically in the DSM-5, it's ADHD. There's 3 presentations. There's the inattentive presentation, the hyperactivity presentation, which is what you would call ADHD, and then a combination of both. I am a combination. Edward is probably inattentive.
I'm sorry, that was so easy and set up. I apologize. That was not okay.
But again, he's still going through his diagnosis. But basically, ADD is a subset of ADHD. It's not the official term for it in the DSM, but a lot of people still use that term because it's, shorthand. Instead of saying ADHD, inattentive presentation, it's easier for some people to just be like ADD. So that's the difference.
Let's see.
Okay, somebody keeps asking about sleep. I need help with sleeping. I can never go to sleep because I have ADHD. I did a whole episode on this. Sleep is definitely an issue for us, and it has possibly something to do with delayed sleep phase syndrome and the way that, that melatonin kicks into our bodies and stuff kind of later than it should, and it's a whole thing. But I did a whole episode on it, so I will link to that in the description.
Also, that was, by the way, another reason how I started to really suspect I had ADHD, because I do the final cut on all of the videos, and every video I'd edit, I'd be like, wow, that really seems familiar and kind of appropriate. And then...
Also, Eric Tivers just said, ooh, sleep. So you might want to check in with Eric Tivers. I'm sure he has some tips on that as well.
What was it like growing up? What was it
like growing up? Okay,
Ariana said that.
That's a really good question.
For both of us? Yeah, Ariana said that.
Ariana says, what was it like growing up in you and Edward's case? Okay, so for me, it was, I went to school. I went to a private school and then a public school, and I switched to public school in 8th grade. Growing up, for me, it was very much like, when I was younger, I was just in my own little bubble all the time. Again, like, I was a big reader, so I would just read constantly, but I would daydream and read, and I don't think I paid a whole lot of attention to anything that anybody else said ever. Like, even at the dining room table, I would have to have my book, and I don't know if it was anxiety or just like I don't know why, but I felt like very much in my own world, and I didn't have a whole lot of friends, and the friends that I had were more popular than I was, and I would kind of defer to them, and I was kind of like the last person to get picked on the team kind of thing. So it was kind of lonely, to be honest. Yeah. But later, after I got medication and I was at my new school and stuff like that, I became more outgoing. I think that I felt maybe more prepared to handle social situations, but I still carried that kind of stigma of the outsider. So I never felt like I could talk to the popular girls. I never felt like I quite fit in, but I found my people, I guess. Like I found people that were also like funny and weird and creative, and I would hang out with them a lot. I got, I don't know. I guess that's it. How did you grow up?
I was homeschooled. For everything from kindergarten all the way up to high school. In fact, by 9th grade, I was teaching myself. So, number one, I think that's probably why, as we find out this diagnosis, that's probably why I never noticed it, because I basically had one-on-one attention with my mom. And my mom probably also has it, like, I don't want to out her, but she kind of does. So for me, it was also very lonely, and when you were saying it was lonely and you read a lot, we traveled all the time. We once moved 17 times in 7 years. So we were very accustomed to not getting to form relationships with people and stuff like that. So it was very lonely. When I got to college was when it started to get fun, because then I started to get into the arts programs, and I took improvisational comedy, and I took or improvisational acting, and I made it comedy all the time, and started making movies. And then when I started my sort of film career, that was when I kind of came out of my shell. Before that, I wanted to be popular and fun, but I was super awkward and just weird. And then after I started my film career, I kind of figured out what to do. So that would be for me how it was.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Rachel says, thank you for your advice, and the idea of doing a bullying video makes me so happy. Yeah, we'll do that. Let's see. The DIYMR channel says, would you suggest parents to watch your channel in order to educate them? Yeah, I would. I'm kind of like, hey, Mom, would you please watch my channel? I think it helps. I think it helps for them to understand what we're going through. And you know, even though, like, I'm talking to you brains when I'm doing the episodes, I'm also talking about my experience. So I think parents, it might help them to hear somebody talk about their experience so that they know, like, it's not just their kid making excuses. Like, this is an actual thing. It helps them to understand it, I think.
And I'd also say that some of the episodes that might not seem like the ones parents should watch are probably also some of the ones parents should watch, like defeating ADHD myths and some of the stuff that maybe even be a little bit more geared towards teenagers or adults. You know, how to deal with sleep, how to deal with all this stuff, because maybe if you can get ahead with the kids that you've got, you know.
Gail says, do you think sports or being active is extremely important if you have ADHD? I do. Exercise is really, really helpful for our brains. I noticed that I did the best when I was, like, in high school and I was on the swim team, or I was, you know, in college and doing fencing and ballet and stuff like that. I still do yoga or the gym or something. I don't always do it or always stick to it, but I find that different kinds of exercise are helpful in different ways. I know if I really will need to focus later, you know, going for, you know, kind of an intense workout is really helpful for me, and I feel energized and more focused throughout the day. And if I'm really stressing, yoga is really helpful for me. So I will actually be doing an episode on that soon as well, ADHD and exercise. I do think it's important. And Aaron Johnson says, when did you start the channel? What kind of job did you have before YouTube?
That's the best question to answer on our anniversary.
I know. Yeah, we started the channel a year ago, but we started working on it, you know, dreaming about it a few months before that and working on it officially like a month before that. And I had the same job I have now, which is waiting tables, except I was also pursuing an acting career, which I've kind of stopped pursuing for now because this is really incredible. Like, this is incredibly meaningful. I love what I'm doing, and I no longer care about, like, making millions of dollars and being a movie star and stuff like that. If I can make a living and help people, that's what I want now. So that's the only thing that's changed. I still wait tables. Although the Patreons, the support on Patreon,
that has been enormously helpful.
Has been incredibly helpful, because before that I was I was draining my savings to try and make this show and having to take time off work here and there. Like, it was time I couldn't afford to take, and now I can. And now if I need, you know, more equipment for the show or anything, I actually have, you know, an income to actually be able to do that, so it's not out of pocket anymore, and that's incredibly, incredibly helpful. Yeah. Thank you guys. If any Patreon brains are watching, thank you. You have no idea how much your support helps. I would have had to go down to probably 2 videos a month if I was going to try and keep going without your support.
Yeah, you were burning. It was tough.
Yeah. I was not getting much sleep.
Let's see. Experiencing. We're looking through comments. Everyone keeps saying ADHD and a high IQ. Let's just make an episode where it's just my face.
Yeah, it's actually okay. So ADHD.
You can't take
that
seriously.
So, no, I didn't know what you were saying.
A serious comment. Now I just seem like a jerk. I hide my face.
No, ADHD and high IQ. It's a thing. Like, ADHD affects people whether or not they have a high IQ. It affects people of all IQs, and people who are, like, you know, kids who are gifted and have ADHD, there's actually a special term for it, which is twice exceptional.
Twice exceptional?
Twice exceptional, which I think is a really cool term for it.
That is pretty cool.
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah.
Signing Cure says, now that you have 50,000 subscribers, does YouTube help to pay you? We make some money off of YouTube. It's not a lot. Yeah. But we make some. Most of our support right now comes through Patreon.
Which is awesome, by the way. When she first started that, we kept thinking about doing it and thinking about it, and then one day she just went, I just got to do it. We just got to start. We can't keep planning it and not doing it. And she did it, and I was just shocked at how many people came forward to help. It's so cool.
Yeah.
It's so, and I mean that's it's just
Signing
That's
Keyword
awesome.
says, I don't understand the Patreon concept. So do you guys know Kickstarter? It's kind of like Kickstarter, except it's like a monthly thing. So if you want to donate like $1 or $5 or whatever you can afford to donate per month to keep me making content, that's how it works. You go on and you can commit to whatever you can commit to, and you can obviously change it whenever you want. And we're going to try and get better about this, but we try to post like behind the scenes stuff. Like I'll do,
we have a lot
live
of behind the
chats,
scenes
all
we
kinds
gotta
of,
post.
yeah, we have a
That's
lot of,
my fault.
yeah, we'll be posting it soon. It's just, obviously again, his day job takes priority, but, we have a lot of stuff that we're going to be posting on the Patreon stream. Just if you guys want like behind the scenes stuff, just little thank yous for helping support.
This is really cool.
Awesome. Carrot Critter says, hey, I'm gifted ADHD and trans, so I guess I'm thrice exceptional.
Well done.
Yep.
Well done.
You
Thrice
win.
exceptional.
You win the video.
That was well done.
All right. So, okay, how do I stop losing my keys? Keep them in the same place all the time. What?
We should show them. We can't pull it.
we can't.
We have a super cool thing. Let me see if I can
Like a key hook by the door,
Yeah.
and that's where keys go always. And then I have a pocket in my backpack where if my keys are not hanging up on the hook by the door, they are in my backpack. Like if I put my keys anywhere else, I will not find them. It will not happen. And that goes not just for keys, but for like most stuff. Have a place where those things go. And if it's still an issue, tile. You can hook a little tile thing onto your keychain and be able to find it. Okay. So I think we should probably...
Let's see.
Oh yeah, Signing Kira says, thanks for explaining the Patreon. I want to support you. You've helped me so much. Thank you. That's awesome. I really appreciate that.
You were saying Tile. I actually got her. I don't know if it's available anymore, but eventually it'll be available. There's this thing called Gear Eye. It's like gear, like Gear, and then Eye, and it's like Tile, except you get more essentially. And so basically, the idea is you have Tile is like, I think it's got like little clips you go in your keychain, stuff like that, or you can stick it. Gear Eye is tiny little plastic like sticky things, and you can put it in your wallet. You can put it on like your camera and all this different stuff, and then it has a little like a sensor. And whenever you trigger it with your phone, it says, okay, here's all the stuff that's near you, assuming it's going to go with you. So it's a really nice way to keep track of stuff, and you can have different setups. So you can say, I'm leaving the house setup. So it does your wallet and your keys and it tells you if you have all that. So it's
That's
pretty
cool.
cool. Yeah.
Also, Eon Star is freaking out. He's like, why won't you answer my freaking question? Guys, if we are not answering your questions, it's not because we're ignoring you. It's because we may not see it. The feed goes really fast, so I apologize. We're going to absolutely do our best.
Can I answer that one?
But this one?
No, Ariana.
Oh yeah, after that. But I'm
Okay.
gonna get to
please.
Eon's question because I actually did scroll back to try and find that question, which is, can you make a video on losing stuff? Yes, I will do that for you. Okay.
Awesome. Ariana says, can you react to your first video? And I'll just do that now. Well, what were we thinking? Oh, that lighting is... I mean, she's good, but that lighting is just... And the framing.
And I should probably think about what I want to say before I say it.
Yeah. Maybe scripting it and focusing the light and... Oh, we're in the present now. I feel better. Okay,
Yes,
cool.
yes, yes,
That's
yes.
good.
Yeah, we jumped right in. It was not the best video we've ever done, but it got us here. Okay. So I think we should probably, because we have some other people's goals and stuff to get
Yeah,
to.
let's do it.
We should do that, and then if we still have time, or you guys still want to hang out after, we'll do some more Q&As. So Edward will pull some more Q&As. He'll actually be able to do that.
We do that.
So hopefully we won't miss any big important questions.
Oh, do you want to talk about the meditating as well?
The meditating, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So my goals.
I'll get to it before I go.
Yep. So we are going to answer more questions, but I wanted to make sure that we were able to get to the things that people sent in as well. What is happening?
Okay.
So last little live stream, I asked people to send in their goals, and I wanted to talk about that because it's not just about us. So Brain's life goals. We have Laura. Laura?
Oh, do you want to? I didn't know if you want.
Yeah, let's do it.
Because I don't have.
So we didn't get through all of these. We wanted to make little cute things for everybody's goals, but again, he has another job. I have another job. Sorry. Laura says, for my goals, I plan on not accepting failure and to work on getting better at dancing and learning to become a leader, which I think is really cool. So that's her goal for 2017. So if you see Laura, be like, hey, how's that dancing going? Anastasia, her username is Funnel Queen. Her completed 2016 goal is no chocolate for a year. What? How did you? That's amazing. That's amazing. And her 2017 goal is lose at least 5 pounds a month, which would probably be easier now that you're not eating chocolate, unless you're eating chocolate again. But that's exciting. All right, so we'll check on you next, and see how it goes. Katie emailed me and said her username is 300 quirks, by the way.
Oh, right, sorry.
She said, I really wanted to write every single day. This didn't happen. Yeah. Me, like a lot of ADHD people, struggled with a lot of mental health issues. So my health took priority, which is awesome. But I did put a lot of my writing in the process of getting published, so I should be celebrating that. Wow. No, that's great. So, like, even if you don't write every day, here's the thing. Even if you don't accomplish your goals perfectly, I love that she was celebrating that she made progress toward her goals. That's important. Sometimes we can be really hard on ourselves and be like, but I didn't do it perfectly. And it's important to remember what you did accomplish. For the new year, Katie wants to journal more and work harder on sticking to her schedule / time management and straightening up every day. But more than anything else, she wants to spend more time being grateful for what she has and everything she has done, which that's really cool. That's really inspirational and something that I should remember too. When I don't do things perfectly, be like, yeah, but I did do a lot. That counts. Shirley tweeted at me. She says, my big goal is self-identity. Oh, yeah. Shirley at Honey Bun Howell says, my big goal is self-identity and taking risks. All my life, I've been too scared to step out of my comfort zone. 2017, treat me well. Good luck, Shirley. That's awesome. Taking risks. I'm curious what kind of risks. You should tweet at us. Okay. So we'll go through a few more. As Edward pulls those up, I will tell you what my goals are. In case you want to know. Do people want to know? We should ask. Like, do you guys want to know? Do you guys want to know my goals for this year?
Let's wait and see.
Yeah, we're gonna wait and see because this is like time to hang out and celebrate with you guys. I don't want to bore you.
While we wait, hold on. I'll bring up another one.
Okay.
While we're doing that, let's do Eve.
Okay. Eve says, this year I want to dedicate more of my time to creative pursuits, specifically painting and editing the novel I'm working on. I also want to get started on creating my own YouTube channel. Aw, that's so cool. That is like every form of creativity right there. She's like, I'm going to create a YouTube channel, I'm going to paint and edit a novel. I'm very impressed. I'm just working on a YouTube channel. I feel like I should take up painting. Actually, I'm going to take up the ukulele. I said this in the last live stream too. I'm totally going to learn how to play the ukulele. Oh, and she says, I just want to say that I love your channel and it has inspired me to seek out my own ADHD diagnosis. Yay!
The comment section has exploded with yes, we want to hear your goals.
Okay, all right.
So
I will tell you guys my goals, and then you can tell me if I'm not sticking to them. All right, so relationships, romantic partner. I'm going to whoa.
The puppy is having a meltdown.
Brandy's attacking the backdrop. I'm going to marry Edward. September 1st. That's a goal. Because, I have a lot of planning to do. That's a whole thing.
I'm helping.
And we can't push that deadline, babe.
Shut up.
Can't procrastinate on that one. Can't be like last minute. Hey guys, sorry. No, you probably took the day off work, but
listen, we're just gonna have to push it like one day. Just one day. Just need to one.
Husband and wife for life.
Husband and wife for life.
All right. And I want to make time for our relationship so that it can stay strong and awesome. We have a really great relationship, and we've been leaning on that a lot to make this show and, stay under a roof, like, using our... I can't. I'm tired.
That's totally fine.
We've been really burning the midnight oil, and we've been kind of neglecting time together in our relationship and stuff to make this show happen for you guys on top of our regular jobs. And so one of my goals is to like find a way to carve out time for our relationship so that it can stay strong and awesome, and we don't take it for granted. For kids, again, I'm not pregnant, but I want to start thinking about kids. I want to start trying maybe like 6 months into marriage. So you're all right with that?
6 months into the marriage?
He didn't get to see these before I started putting them out on the internet. I guess it's Edward will have something to do with that. Anyway, for extended family, I want to be involved with my nephew and nieces. Yeah. For friends, I want to make time for them. I want to learn how to be a better listener, which, by the way, we're doing an episode on soon, and do a better job of actually keeping in touch. Because, your friends are only your friends as long as you keep talking to them. Because
this one you might want to catch really quick.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Sophia says, wait, can you please tell me if I have ADHD, or at least help me, please? I can't. I couldn't even diagnose Edward. I am not a mental health professional. I can't diagnose you. Even if I were a mental health professional, I wouldn't be able to diagnose you over the internet in like a comment section. It's just not possible. It's a whole thing. You have to go through a whole process to get a diagnosis, and you have to go to a doctor for that. Oh, you guys want to see Brandy? She'll come back. She's like wandering around somewhere. I'll show you in a minute when she comes back. Yeah. I can see ADHD traits in people, but to actually be diagnosed with ADHD, that's a whole other thing. Like if somebody's distractible, I can't be like, oh, they have ADHD. It doesn't work that way. Let's see. For work education. Okay. So this is my goal, and you guys can see, can try and hold me to it. I want to be doing this full time by summer. I want to be a full-time advocate, speaker, entertainer, whatever. I want to help people with ADHD full-time by summer. That's my goal. I don't know if it'll happen, but I'm going to try. Let's see. I want to do this full-time, and I also want to branch out. I want to start that the how-to food channel so that we know how to feed ourselves. Because honestly, like, if we're not eating good stuff, that's not helping us, Self-care is really important, and it's usually the last thing that's on our list, and often something that we don't get to. So I think that's important. Somebody says, Food or Girl says, if you have kids, will you stop YouTube? I will not. It will just get way more interesting because I will, have to go off medication, so I will be ADHDing without medication. So I'm going to really have to figure out what tools are essential for me. And then dealing with dealing with pregnancy hormones and not being medicated at the same time is going to be an interesting challenge, and I'm going to share that with you guys. And parenting is going to be an interesting challenge. Not getting enough sleep makes our ADHD symptoms worse. So how do I deal with that? You guys will get to see all kinds of crazy circumstances around my ADHD.
Here's one for you.
Okay. Kenny Loggins says, do you plan on doing stand-up talks like a speaker? Yeah. If anybody wants me to come speak, email me howtoadhd@gmail.com. I am really interested in doing that. I want to reach as many people as possible. Not everybody is going to necessarily listen to me on YouTube or watch me on YouTube. I just want to help. I want to help. And that's actually part of what I want to do. Besides the How To Food channel, I want to work on like curriculum for schools. I would like to build a website. Like there's a lot that I want to do. I pretty much just want to make sure, and I can't do this by myself. You guys are helping. But I want to make sure that nobody feels like they're alone in this, that they feel like they're weird or different and nobody understands them. I want everybody to feel like people understand them and they have access to resources wherever they are in the world. So we're going to be building a website that'll be like a hub to ADHD resources, like, the amazing Eric Tivers and Brett Thornhill here on, that are watching right now, hopefully still, ADHD coaches, doctors, other great videos or articles or whatever. Like I want to have a hub where people can go to get help, and we'll have a forum and everything so that so that we can kind of help each other out, so nobody has to do it alone. Okay, TT10Tel says, as an adult 29-year-old woman just coming to accept my ADHD, how do you manage to get over the shame of it all when you're used to always blaming yourself? Understanding why I do the things I do, or why I struggle with the things that I struggle with, has been the biggest deal. I know that my working memory is not great. So now if I'm in the middle of a conversation and I can't hold it all in my head, I can be like, I'm so sorry, would you please repeat yourself? And there's no shame. It's just, that's what I need. Like, I couldn't hold it all. Being able to ask for what you need without shame is I think a really big deal. And I think there is a fine distinction. Like, I don't make my ADHD anybody else's problem. I acknowledge that it's mine, it's my stuff, right? But at the same time, I can say, hey, the challenges that I face means there are certain things that I need. Like, would you mind? And thank you. Like, I say thank you a lot more than I say sorry now, because I appreciate the extra effort that people make to remind me of stuff that's coming up, you know, but I don't feel shame around it the way that I used to. And part of it is understanding, and the other half of it is honestly finding other people who understand and are also able to talk about it openly, because then it reduces the stigma. You know, when it becomes normalized, like, oh yeah, this is something we all struggle with, then it doesn't feel like it's just you anymore. You know, it doesn't feel like there's something wrong with you. Sid Reddy says, who is Superbrain? Superbrain. Oh, can you pull up the letter she wrote? It's in the email.
Yes.
Edward's going to actually pull up something that Superbrain wrote for the channel. Superbrain is amazing. She's been hanging out on the channel since April, and I think like in August she became an official moderator for the channel. She's going to hate me. She knows the exact date and I don't. But she is responsible for this amazing community. She filters out comments and, you know, prevents like crazy fights from breaking out, like you can see on the rest of YouTube, which, by the way, there aren't that many, and I'm really proud of you guys. This is a really amazing, supportive community, and I love that. But she has done so much for the channel. She'll like talk me through my meltdowns if I'm like, I can't do it, I have no idea what to do. She'll talk me through it, and she's just like a super fan turned moderator. And she'll post on social media as well. What is she saying? Is it freaking out?
Rochelle Laduggy is saying, "Ha! I found her in February. Fight me, Superbrain."
Okay, so this is a message from Superbrain. She actually wanted to.
Oh, by the way, hi, Izza. You're asking for me to show you your fairy picture. Show the fairy picture, and I don't have it right now. I'm sorry. No one told me I'd be doing that. I'm so sorry.
I didn't see that.
No, I just.
Oh, okay. All right, so this is a message from Superbrain, aka Izza, aka the Magical Fairy Mod. This was actually from the 10,000 subscriber FAQ&A. I drew a picture of her as a magical fairy. So you may remember that. But yeah, anytime you see Superbrain in the comments, she always comments on every video. So this is her message to you guys. Hello, brains and hearts. I just wanted to say a quick thanks for supporting Jessica and Edward throughout this roller coaster ride of a year. Whether you've been here since January or subscribed just now, I hope you enjoy this community that we're creating and love the content being made. Jessica and Edward worked tirelessly to make this channel a success, ignoring other things like sleep. Sorry. But they do it to benefit each and every brain and heart out there. Making How to ADHD into what we know and love today hasn't been easy at all. That being said, I want to thank you all for forgiving and understanding when things aren't perfect or when they're a little or a lot late. That's truly what makes the channel so unique, how accepting everyone is of our imperfections. For a platform that I have seen some viewers kicking and screaming at YouTubers as if they aren't human when things are a day late or when one word is misspelled, and all whilst dismissing all the hard work put into the videos, I'm so pleasantly surprised. This is one of the most accepting and loving communities I have ever seen. Yeah, I will continue that in a second, but I just have to second that. You guys are incredible. You have been so supportive, and it has been such a pleasure to create this channel because of you, because of the comments that you guys give, you know, that you understand when I can't get to your question, or you understand when a video is posted a day or two late, when you guys understand what it's like living with ADHD, and that we really are trying the hardest we can, and that we're still gonna mess up sometimes. It's just been great. Isa says, yes, I might be just a mod on just another YouTube channel, but this channel really means the world to me. Just ask literally anyone who's spoken to me in the last year. Honestly and quite literally, we wouldn't be here without you and your support. I don't know if it was fate or whatever, but I'm so glad to be part of this. Something so magical. I want to give an extra special thank you to Jessica and Edward for creating this show, and thank you Brains and Hearts for making it into what it is. Super Brain number 1, heart.
Okay, let me see if I
Yeah.
can get her.
So yeah, just seconding that again, like we would just be talking to ourselves and probably bored of that by now if it weren't for you guys. So thanks for giving us a reason to keep doing this.
I just may have that picture of her.
Oh, he's gonna try and find that picture.
Yep, hold on, I got it right here. Give me 1 second.
Oh, this is the picture.
This is the picture of Isa.
This is Isa.
Okay, here it comes. 3, 2.
It's a rough representation. What is it?
What's that?
This is a reenactment. No, what's the term for it?
It's a what?
I don't know.
I don't know. But I will bring you back. We have 5 minutes.
Okay.
Actually, we're less. We got like 3.
All right. So rest of the goals.
Oh yeah, by all means, right here.
Okay, so one of the big goals, I'll skip right to it, is I'm going to meditate this year regularly. I started it last year. I haven't been doing it super regularly, and I've noticed that it really helps me out when I do, and especially when I feel like I don't have time to meditate, that's when I really need to meditate. But it's been such a challenge for me to actually do it on a regular basis that besides having a habit tracker in my bullet journal where I'm like, meditate, I found this website, actually was introduced to this website by one of the brains named Benson. He has this website that he designed called willpower.net. That's that. Willpower to accomplish your big goals. He's been working on this for a long time, and it's finally ready, and I signed up for it. It's a free site where you can challenge yourself to stick to a habit, and you check in every day and say whether or not you did the thing. You set goals for yourself, and it's just kind of like a little extra accountability. Again, it's a free site. It's free to use. If you want to, you can put money on it. If you need a little extra motivation, you can be like, yeah, if I don't do this once a week, then I have to pay $5, and you can do that. But it's not necessary. Again, you can do it for totally for free. So Benson is also one of our brain advocates. He's been supporting the channel through Patreon as well. But yeah, this is not sponsored. I just said, oh, I'm actually going to use this, so I'll talk about it. So yeah, I actually recommend that. Let me know what you guys think. I think it's a really cool concept to be like, yeah. And then you get to see too. You get to see on the calendar like how many days you accomplish whatever you're trying to accomplish. So if you guys have any final questions for me or for Edward, and then we're going to wrap up, I would love to hear them.
We'll give him a second because it takes a second to come over.
Okay.
There are a lot of people talking about bananas being incredible, and also that I should eat a banana unpeeled.
I think what's happened is this is officially too long for an ADHD live stream.
This is very true. I would just like to send out a special shout out to Wayne M., who says that I should be stroking my mane while eating an unpeeled banana. But what he said is that you should force me to eat an unpeeled banana on the stream and enjoy it. So I can understand having to eat one, but the fact that you're also forcing me to like it, that's the part I really resent, Wayne M.
I feel like this is a terrible way to go into marriage.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't make you do it. I think Wayne M is trying to ruin our marriage. M clearly does not stand for matrimony. All right, let me see what their people are saying for the final question.
We could have him juggle. Edward can juggle.
I can somewhat juggle.
Fire.
I cannot juggle fire.
And then it would be so entertaining to try and to watch you try.
Comes back and says, "Eat the banana." Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna take this one because this one seems like a really good question, and I'll give you like maybe 1 or 2 more. Okay, so check this one out. Let me move the mouse so you can see it better. Try that one.
Please answer my question, says Oni93. What if knowing the symptoms of ADHD are making me notice them more and maybe even having them be exaggerated? That's totally possible. Edward has been noticing more since he's going through his diagnosis. He's been noticing his symptoms a lot more, and he's like, is it possible that, that this is making me more ADHD? And I was like, I mean, I think you're noticing it more, but your behavior is the exact same. Why do you think I've been saying for so long that I think you have ADHD? So yeah, I mean, being aware of something obviously is gonna make you more aware of it. But that's one of the reasons why if you do go get a diagnosis, you'll they'll look into your history. It's not just about like recent. It's like, how have you historically been? What have you historically struggled with and all that. Oh yeah, Tegan Smith and many others say, "Can we see your doggy?" Yeah. Edward's gonna go get her.
Hello, baby girl. Hello. Hello, baby girl. Come on.
There you go.
Oh, here.
No, you got
Me?
Yeah, by all means.
I feel like she's not gonna be happy about any of this.
Come here.
This is Brandy, ADHD doggy. I think, for the record, dogs, animals in general, are great for people with ADHD. Oh, come on. Say hi. If nothing else, like I can't lay in bed in the morning and not do anything or feel sorry for myself because she'll be scratching at the door like, "Hey, take me out," and then I go for a walk with her and then I feel better. If I'm feeling sad, I can cuddle her, and she's just been a great friend. She's 13 years old. I've had her since, as long as I've been an adult, and it's, she's... All right. Edward is saying that's it for this one. Oh my gosh, we are only 4 minutes over. That's awesome. If we didn't get to your question, sincere apologies. It is not for lack of trying. Leave it in the comments on below, or join us in another live stream. We'll do another live stream. But if you guys leave comments in the comments below, I will answer these. This video priority, I will answer your questions, is what I'm saying. And again, thanks for bearing with us. This is, again, very new to us, the whole live stream thing. And Edward and I both have the flu right now. We do. I'm serious. You're making a joke out of it.
No,
we
the
both
fact
have the
that
flu.
I could cough that horribly raspy, phlegmy cough to prove it.
We both took Dayquil and tried to power through this because we wanted to celebrate with you guys. But now we're going to go take a really long nap. Love you guys so much. You guys are amazing. Could not do this without you. Thank you for sticking around. If you actually managed to stay for an entire 90 minutes, you guys rock. Thank you. We'll see you soon. We'll have a new video out for you next week with Eric Tivers. All right. Bye, Brains.